Nobody starts building something with the intention of getting it wrong. You set the goal, you build a plan, you execute, you push through the hard season and the slow quarters and the moments where quitting would have been easier than continuing. And yet, there's a specific kind of leader, capable, genuinely committed, who arrives at a significant point in what they have built and realize quietly that something is off. Not in the numbers, not in execution, in the direction itself. They have been building towards the wrong thing, not because they were careless, but because nobody ever helped them ask the right question at the beginning. We're going to look at this deeply in today's episode. So let's get into the episode.
Fulfillment OB Podcast.
The wrong direction rarely announces itself. It builds slowly through a series of reasonable decisions that each make sense in isolation. You chase the opportunity that is in front of you. You follow the market signal. You build what sells. You optimize what grows. And each of those choices is defensible, even smart, in the moment it is made. But underneath all of them is an assumption that was never examined. That the thing you are building towards is actually the thing you want. That the destination you are moving so deliberately towards is genuinely yours and not one that was handed to you by comparison, by expectation, by the version of success that was already in the room when you arrived. Most leaders inherit their definition of success without realizing it. They absorbed it from the industry they are in, the people they admire, the metrics their peers celebrate, and then they spend years executing towards it with everything they have. The work is real, the effort is real, the sacrifice is real, but the direction was never truly chosen. There's one question that cuts through all of it. Not a framework, not a strategic exercise, just a question. What is this actually for? Not the business answer, the human answer. What does building this give you that nothing else would? What does the version of success you are chasing feel like to live inside, not to achieve? To actually live inside, what would it mean for your life to feel like it is genuinely yours rather than a well-executed version of someone else's idea of what your life should look like? Most leaders have never learned to answer that question honestly. Not because they are not intelligent enough to ask it, because the pace of building makes it easy to keep moving without ever stopping to check the direction. And here is what makes this a leadership problem and not just a personal one. When a leader does not know what they're actually building for, it shows. It shows in the direction that feels slightly off. It shows in the strategies that keep shifting. It shows in the team that can feel the leader's own uncertainty even when the leader has not named it yet. Unclear direction at the top produces unclear direction everywhere below it, and no amount of execution quality fixes a direction problem. When a leader finally stops and answers this question without editing the response, without making it sound right for an investor deck or a podcast interview, something shifts. Sometimes they discover the direction is right, but the reason have drifted. The original why got buried under those mechanics of building and needs to be reconnected to. Sometimes they discover the goal they have been executing towards was never truly theirs. It belongs to an earlier version of themselves, or the pressure of comparison, or to a definition of success that they absorbed without choosing. Either way, the answer is useful because a leader who knows what they are actually building for makes different decisions, more coherent decisions that accumulate in the same direction instead of pulling slightly against each other. And the team can feel that clarity in how their leader moves, not just in what their leader says. Becomes a different kind of team. More anchored, more invested, more willing to go further than what is required because they can sense that the direction is real. So before your next strategy session, before the next quarter plan, before the next big decision about where to take what you are building to, ask yourself the simple question that most leaders skip. What is this actually for? Sit with it long enough to get past the polished answer. The real answer is in there, and it will change how you build more than any strategy will ever could. So if you want to see where this kind of directional clarity is showing up or breaking down your leadership structure, the Fulfill Executive Skill Assessment will show you across all 7 pillars in less than 10 minutes. To get access to this assessment, check the link in the description of the show notes. It's completely free. Do it now. Don't say I'll do it tomorrow. Take the assessment today to find out exactly where your leadership structures are failing. I've also prepared a space where I call the Fulfill Leadership Ecosystem that hosts monthly Q&A, deep dives, daily strategic leadership insight, a leader's asset vault, and much more. You also have access to a leadership audit and strategy call to help you build the right leadership foundation and support you long term. If you want to get access, we are giving away a 7-day free trial so you can check it out to see if it's something that will really help you in the long term. Click the link in the description of the show notes to get access to it. If this episode has stood out for you, please do well to subscribe and share it with someone who you believe will get value from this. Thank you so much for sticking around for this episode. I'll catch you in the next one.